What about the SL9 incident? Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent? So it was a murder. A serial killing. That's worse! Okie doke! Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. So I decided to make this into a weekly series. It's gonna go up every Saturday, I think. Because I kind of missed it, and also this is the longest chapter in the game, so I figured I would go with it. But in any case, we're gonna be picking up back where we left off with episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. So if you missed the last episode. In the last episode, we found out that Bruce Goodman actually wasn't murdered in the parking garage at the attorney office, but rather in the evidence room at the precinct. So he wasn't murdered where we think he was, and that could open up something else for this investigation. So we're gonna be moving on to the investigation phase because Edgeworth kind of screwed up. We did his job for him, basically. We had to establish a connection between two cases that were seemingly unrelated. Alright. February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. Mr. Wright, so, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. It is very confusing. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Interesting. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be in much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. Alright, we've instantly teleported to the parking garage. That's fair enough. February 23rd, prosecutor's office underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Even though Bruce Goodman was the body? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room, no biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum. Was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister, erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they didn't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just... we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood in the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Hehehe. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is... luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. But me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press the A button to spray on it. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains. They said over here. Huh. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So it is is this a blood stain? It's so, Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't it seem to strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this, scientifically? the amount of blood, I guess? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans where we find a blood stain, okay? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Oh, yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy, too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Alright. From one very proud-looking... Okay. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. Feels like we're really investigating a crime now, don't it? Guess I should give this spray anything suspicious. Ha! And she's back. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead in doesn't really get my mouth watering. What about you? You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid I wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry, you lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sai stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. As far as we know, we may actually find proof of that. Ah. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babble like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of their mouths of suspect after suspect, and before long they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. That's also a possibility. And you were let go or fired? I felt that I'd find my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be on today. Okay. I didn't read that right. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. Oh, there's a connection there. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... this one? What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know? Really? That knife was evidence from my case. From that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. And as I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. Alright. Alright, she's just saying the same thing. Well, nice talking to you. Let's talk to the detention center. Nobody's here. Okay, that was a waste of time then. Looks like Miss Sky's in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Miss Gant say they arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. Alright. Alright, we're in the... Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder at the department down at the police station. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. It makes my head hurt. Well, first things first. Let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. Alright, police department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got to at the front desk. Here it is. She's like a kid in an amusement park. Oh, a real crime scene. Let's take a look. Look, that patrolman is saluting that other guy. He must be a detective. You idiot. What were you thinking? Where's your head? Sir, it's right here, sir. I guess he wasn't saluting. He was just showing the detective where his head was. They make a good pair. That's right. Do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea why. Well, I think they're designed after a panda. A panda? Not that I have any scientific proof. It's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or did they not have those at your zoo? The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. The Blue Badger's still writhing around today. This thing is still creepy. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's going to do something naughty. The usual wanted posters are hanging up in the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I always thought it was kind of funny. I'd never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look like humans. She has a point. Court record. Can I give anything a spritz here? No. The guard station? Ah, I didn't see this here before. Evidence room entrance, guard station. Alright, this is Marshall's room. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime. It sure does seem that way. Oh. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly. It's so imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Yeah, I have a feeling I know who he is too. Well, we're not going to be able to get in here. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we'd need someone's permission to go in there first. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check out who went in and out of there. We could, but we need permission. Hey, if snowshoes are prickly, they must have been a real deal. I don't think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more like an attitude thing than a physical similarity. I see. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that thing called again? A punchy? Paunchy? A pinchy? Oh, I know, a poochie. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Court record. Can I analyze a thing? She doesn't want to talk about it anymore. Let's go to the High Prosecutor's office and see if there's anything here. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's office. Room 1202. This is Edgeworth's room. We knew this. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing something important for investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. You want such a prestigious award, why would we just leave it on the couch? Yeah, you think he wanted to show this thing off more than just the giant steel samurai. Then again, Edgeworth has always been like that. Really? Hey, I should write that down. Tell me more about what he was like as a kid. I don't think that's important. Back in elementary school, he won awards for all kinds of things. Speech contests, essays, playing the flute, golf tournaments. That doesn't exactly sound like typical elementary school stuff. But he always hated receiving awards. He'd make some smart remarks like, I know the path I've walked. No one else needs to tell me. That's how it has always been. Kind of gets you under your skin, doesn't it? Not really. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so high I can see my own reflection. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir. Don't. He'll sue you. Yeah. Don't mess with a lawyer. That's where we found that note. 221 SL9, the SL9 incident. The case that was due from transferal the day of the murder. And the detective in charge of the case was the victim. I wonder what kind of case status this SL9 incident thing was. It's kind of hard to guess just knowing the case number. This rope, is it... Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait. The victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. That's about as rare as a sports car can get. Yeah, it's pretty rare, alright. The body was found in Edgeworth's car trunk, and the lock on the trunk was broken too. So the question is, why did Miss Sky choose his car? So what model car is it? I think it was called a sedan or a coupe, something like that. I don't know. I don't know my cars. Those are car types, Mr. Wright, not models. You're a guy, aren't you, Mr. Wright? You're supposed to know these things. Maybe it's about time I got my driver's license. Ah, okay. We didn't know that. B block is through here. That's where the visitors park. So, Miss Star climbed over that fence? It seems so, yeah. That fence is 9 feet high at least. Well, no time like the present. I think I'll give it a little try. Don't. Eek! It's okay, don't cry. Maybe there's a Lunchland Olympics team? Hmm. 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 Well, I don't even know what I should do. Well, what should we begin? Well, isn't it obvious we should begin that, that thing? The mystery of the victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodwin, be killed in 2 places simultaneously? Oh, I see. We should go to the police department. The evidence room, was it? I'm not being very useful here, am I? No, you're being very helpful. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's charge just this past December. There was that business with him not reading that officer's report. About the killing at the police department, right? The chief of police was right about that. But I can't help but think. Someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. Let's go to the detention center, see if there's anything. Guard monitors the visitor's room. One more at the prosecutor's office, one at the police department. He must be frozen with fear thinking he might be next. Don't scare the poor guy. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Where am I going? Just imagine right now, but okay. Alright, where am I going? I still don't know. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. That must be the chief of detectives. Alright. What? This was killed in the evidence room. Tell no one outside the police department. No, I told that old lady at the restaurant everything. Someone's getting a demotion. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. I know. The killer used dry ice. If you put it between the latch and the door, the room could be sealed shut. This is good. I'll win a writer's award for sure. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. So this is the police mascot, is it? The Blue Badger, the future star of the police force. The design's a little changed from the one outside. Oh well, the dancing Blue Badger is still under development, you see. You have it trademarked? Absolutely, it's cutting-edge stuff. Very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears. Don't show her the moving mock-up version outside, you'll give her nightmares. There should be a way in here. Look, on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set to trap something. A trap, eh? A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here, but the lasso missed. Sure have an active imagination. That's everything in here. A bite without trust nice second was found in Edgeworth's car. I think he owes me his gratitude. Gratitude? Why, if I hadn't witnessed the crime, Mr. Edgeworth would have been the suspect. I wonder. Still, it's strange. Why didn't our chief prosecutor have her own murder weapon ready? If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed toward the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's why I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. Your lying was the problem. Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? Oh, there's that. That's what I need to do. That incident really opened up my eyes to truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary. It was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence, not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence, of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved in the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. Alright, that's interesting. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over. And he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten. And neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case. A hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait. Those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches at this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Starr's old boyfriends. How many does she have, anyway? Just when all this detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Alright? Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister. It made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Well, now we should actually be able to... Oh, we got... Okay, that was how I predict it. Okay, we're good. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. But please! Huh? Wasn't that... One steak lunch, please! Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe! No, no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Oh, no! Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal, now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day, a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot. Another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, I know I need a steak lunch pronto. Staying around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figured he's down there having a good cry. Later. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Alright, so we gotta go to the detention center, I think. Alright. Detention center! February 23rd, detention center visitors room. Okay. Still, I do feel better about things, a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best not to go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. That was deafening! What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrator against, sir. That's what I'd say. Meekins. Oh, hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir. I am not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamp, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't... Is he? You... Officer Meekins. You did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. Ow. What? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. This guy doesn't... Okay. This is interesting. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Sir! Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station is in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir. Because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Yo, wow. What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here, in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First thing first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as a perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that. Ah, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger's side. So, you didn't know him. Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. What happened to your hand? About your hand. Did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But, sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do. Sir, to tell you the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone, because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Now when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. All the shock, all the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared. Conspiracy theory mode time. That's some story. Let's go to the card station and see what happens. Okay, that didn't do anything. I wonder. Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eek! I'm scared now, sir. It's okay, I just wanted to... That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overacting the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir, but I really have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Officer Meekins, this is for you. Okay, he has the same reaction to the knives. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir. That's it. That's it! That's what? My hand was blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember. I remember, sir. Okay, so I just had to present him the badge. You mean you remember what happened? Correct. That card. That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I better pry into this one a little deeper. Crime details. Can you tell me about what you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much like by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto those as you, that you would do unto you. My father's own words, sir. Well, what happened to him? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I woke, I was here. Right. Reason for arrest. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim who met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's it. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime. The crime I swore to stamp out. It's there. It's me. It's on tape. And you wait until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks. I have my own. Well, I guess we go better check out the crime scene. Alright, that's helpful. Criminal affairs. I can get... Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's staring at the chief executive's ex. It's Bellucci's Gant. Huh. And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's the most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats. Under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir! We'll scour the place again, sir. The chief of detectives looks a little flustered. Ah, right on, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Is that worth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy? You know, there's doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep. Well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident at Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's not right on, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean. There being the prosecutors, I'm assuming? Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? No, Righto. I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. I was expecting much aim. Okay. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just to keep the chief of detectives trapped shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier? Huh? You saw that? Whoops! Oh, well, the cat's out of the bag now! You can't just pick on your employees. That's not how it works. I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The day on is February 21st. Better make a note of that, just in case. Alright. Okay. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Can I present this thing to him? I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Oh, sorry, Wright. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find the guy who can't seem to sit still out there. The busy one. The guy who can't sit still? Does he mean Detective Gunshoe? Either him or a dancing blue badger. Alright, let's go back to the police department entrance. Guard station. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence here. Well, he's not even here. What do I do? Let's go to the underground parking lot. That did nothing. Alright. Nothing. What about this? Alright. What about this? I have no idea. What do I do going forward? Can I present this to him? Can I present this half-finished thing to him? I doubt it'll work, but it might. Oh, Shamikis, could you take a look at... I'm sorry, sir. Really? Okay. Oh, permission to... Okay, there was just a thing here. Actually, I'm wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright would ask me for help. I was wondering if he could investigate the evidence room. He doesn't look happy. I can never tell what this guy's thinking. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50, I give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content, knock yourself out. It just goes to show you can never know until you ask. And for that here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey, this is the detective's ID card, isn't it? This is a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. Bye! Heh. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir. Because, sir, we need to go to the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on this girl. Okay, fine. We're moving. We're moving. We're moving to the Crint Guard station. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha! The card reader's turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my bambina sky so gray? It's Mr. Marshall. Hello. Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw! Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's awaiting. Alright. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if I could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboys, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. Do I have to present the steak to him? Probably. Here. Take this. That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Starr. What's this? What? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see. I see! I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambina. You win. Ask him. Anything. Okay. Finally, it seems like he's just horfing it down. He's willing to talk. Well, yeah, but he has his mouth full, so we'll see how good that takes us. The guard station. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy? Poor guy, I just keep getting his name wrong and call him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here, anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take the machines much. Kind of like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Miss Starr told us something. She says that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler of the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie field. Prairie fire, whatever it's called. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved in the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it, anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There's some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case. That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals, too. What about this? Okay, I know that what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? That must be a dozen. Like I said, man, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steak. The easiest one to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. So this is the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina. I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that the record is tied to the stabbing. Well, I can definitely do it. Sorry, but could you explain what the whole transferal system is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here until the presiding detective supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault in the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. I can give him a... I can give him Detective Goodman's ID card. Let's present and give him the card. That's not the right button. Here's the right button. See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was in the ground in the parking lot? The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Look, the 4th number. It's the perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekin say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So he asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. Alright, thank you. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to the other people with IDs here. Alright, let's move into the evidence room. Alright. Oh, this is about what I expected an evidence room to look like. February 23rd, evidence room sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room. Is it really this kind? It really is kind of a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Gumshoe! Eek! Whoa! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So it is true what I heard. Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate the room to your heart's consent. Heart's desire, knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Gant. But loan anyone $50? Even me? Okay, that's what he took away from that. So that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today. Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're a boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Alright. See the stabbing of the detectives at the PD. Okay, so this is our evidence that we need. Alright. Boss for a day. So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here, in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Haha, of course. I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open. What about Edgeworth? I always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my 3rd card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint. Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coated with fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. That's the trick to the handle, see? The handles. On the other side is the handles of the sensor. If the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Only the sign detector springs can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. What if I give him the knife? Detective Goodman's note on that, and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know. 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. What about the SL9 incident? Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent? So it was a murder. A serial killing. That's worse! Okie doke! A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And that was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight. And started the rumor mill. Rumors? About forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So, that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Say one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, say nothing. Nothing. That's fine. That's fine, pal. Okay. I wasn't trying to do that. Let's keep examining. There's gotta be a lot of blood lying around here. There's the evidence room. Okay. There's a handprint. I knew it! This is someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine. It's yours. Please. You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you are a detective. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien? That's not it! This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you don't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Well... Well, we got blood. Well, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case. The case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? Oh, another piece of SL9 evidence. Take a closer look. I wonder what shape the pieces were in before whatever was broke. You want to try and put it back together? Ha, good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Well, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's what I always carry around, the tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. What is this? Okay. Okay, I get it. That's not it. None of these look like the right piece, so I'm just kind of going. Ah! There we go. Oh, I know what this piece is. Alright. This is cool. Alright, what is this? Okay. It looks like a vase. Okay. There's a piece missing. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar. Jar piece back together from fragment of the crime scene. A piece is missing. Alright. What else can I examine? What's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but it's definitely a handprint there. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use... Okay. Well, we already... What's the saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? That's... Yeah, sure, why not? It makes perfect sense, actually. Someone left a glove here, but only one. It's like a gumshoe, maybe. There you go, pal. Okay. That evidence is from the case, you know. You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar. There are 2 things that bother me. 1. Why are some of the pieces missing? 2. Doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door's lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprints. Detective Goodman's locker? Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. This must have taken the contents elsewhere. This place is stuffed with evidence. Some stuffed in dreams. I'm not so sure about the dreams. Ugh. It won't open. Did you really think it would? Hey, pal, our security's high-tech around here. What else we got? Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is. Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to solving that case on the Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, it feels like that was ages ago. And, I don't believe I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. This cheap-looking box? Yeah, it doesn't look like it'll be any sort of help. You can't judge a person under the machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. Why is this sticking out? There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess that has to be evidence for some case. I wonder if this gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal. Making me out to look like some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks in on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times I've had it breathing down my neck about some silly evidence. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot, too. But he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat, either. If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. That looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. What else? I could talk to Gumshoe again. That's all I can think of. This is a weird jar. There's a piece missing. That's interesting. That's unusual to say the least. The text says SL911. I guess this is another piece of evidence from that case. You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing. Huh? What's so confusing about that? Do you know how many other words sound like that? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag. Zag? Is that a word? Do you challenge me? Wait, are we playing a word game now? Alright, we're full up on evidence. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Do I... Court record? Can I... There's a lot more blood here. There's gotta be more. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. I'm lost. I'm lost and need an adult. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me say one... Okay. You can't open the lockers if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can't open it up, they'll give you 50 cents. No, the police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after the opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found towed over the prosecutor's office. Alright, I'm lost. Okay. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID corrector of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman. Whoa! What is it? The second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? That second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, so... What? Alright. Why would Edgeworth have to come to the evidence room? That's a good question. This is my crying achievement, my masterpiece, you might say, but art is always a misunderstood, pal. Art. He was dancing proudly on the days of the reward ceremony, but there were a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony, so they took the Blue Badger away for a while. Really, why? Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful! I told night and day! I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can see why they moved it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just... Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. I was wondering why is it the war shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. That's the victim, Detective Goodman's ID card. These days, everything's card and secret numbers. I can never relax. It was only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number, too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to? Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. Alright. Oh, there's another handprint here. Why the hell is there another handprint over here? Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this body if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called lumitol testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I just borrowed $50 from the chief. Where did you get this, Emma? I always buy by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you need to be going to? It's just Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be laying out soon. I'm going to give him my report for the day. It might help you, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking here about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Okay, so I got it. So I actually got it to do a thing. I actually got it to do a thing now. We can move on. Edgeworth! You in here? I've been doing this for almost 2 hours now. I need to throw me a bone. Oh, you. Ah, yes, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Yes, the guy from the second case we did. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. He's upset. Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think the whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Alright, what do you got to say? Inquiry committee. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this as not the case of concealing evidence, but as a communication error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. What about tomorrow's trial? Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. Something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you? Why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen him like this, this out of sorts. Presents? Your name is on this record. You want to clarify that, please? Oh, right. I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card uses. Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less? Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. What is it? But it was solved, right? It would have to be if his evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbing, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Alright. Evidence from the past case of Edgeworth's. Brought back to his office by Gant's request. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Well... Well, he might have something to say about the original case, the SL9. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It also do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me about the truth. Alright, talk to me. I'm on a thread now. I can do this. The SL9 incident was an serial killing case. The head of this investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coup was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then? Alright, he was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I wanted to know is why was the deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't. Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do not have a code, and I follow it. I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. Okay. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Just say Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprints files from everyone involved. Thanks! How about giving this to Detective Gumshoe as well? Alright. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. I know exactly what we're doing. Parking lot? Well, we got this cotton swab thing. This isn't what we're doing, but I wanted to see if there was a thing. Also, Miss Sky is no longer here, so I guess that's good. Bad. Guard station. And Marshall's gone too. Okay, fun. Okay, evidence room, sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger. Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose with the finger that we have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell a difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With the A button. See? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With the Y button. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out candles on a birthday. See? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I better give it a try. Okay. Ah! There's the fingerprint. Aha! You did it! You found one! But this looks like nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints. Look at the locker door again closely. Seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Throw down all the powder! There's a fingerprint. Alright, we'll clean out the edges. Yay! A print so clear it's nearly dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out to the person you think this print is. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprint are in the different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprint would most likely find on this evidence locker? Okay. Goodman! No, Gumshoe, there we go. Okay, this is cool. That is a match. Okay. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You gave me the so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. This is where we've got the luminol fluid reaction, right? Right. There was a handprint here. Okay. Want to try using this? There go her sparkly eyes again. Check for prints. Oh, wait. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints that area would have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me! Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. I don't see anything. Oh, I found it! It was hiding. Be very liberal with the powder. Don't be stingy. Alright, now we clean it up. Alright, there we go. Identifiable. Not Meekins. Marshall. Match found. Hey, these fingerprints, whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall. That's interesting. This has got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma, this is decidedly different from the Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction. The blood test and fingerprints are the same place. Oh. Oh. So we have to Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white blood stain. But why would Officer Marshall? It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some real results. I guess this is what you call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Okay, finally, we beat it. Alright. Alright, that took a lot longer than I was expecting it to, but... Alright, well, looks like I've got a long night of editing ahead of me. Okay, that's fine. Alright, well, I did it. I found everything! I finally got through this. That was a hard one. I got stuck so much on that. You guys didn't see any of that, because I've long since edited it out by this point, because Post Me has done it already. I'm presuming. Future me, have you done it? Have you done it yet? Okay, good. We're good here then. Alright. Well, in any case, I think I'm going to leave this episode here. So, in any case, Jake Marshall might be guilty of something. We're not entirely sure, but of something, definitely. His fingerprints were found near a bloody handprint. That can't be a coincidence. But in any case, though, I think I am going to leave this episode here. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below to keep up to date with stuff that's going on with the channel. I post updates over there. I also retweet things that I like over there. So if any of those things interest you, then be sure to check those out in the description below as well. But also, if you want to help support the show, definitely be sure to check out my Patreon. It's only a couple bucks a month. It really helps me out, and you guys get access to a bunch of cool perks that are my way saying thanks. So be sure to check those out in the description below as well. But in any case, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!